Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com. Sangiovese today. Well, not pure Sangiovese. Last three wines, I think, in this sextet are all Sangiovese. First three, I've got blends, I've got other grapes in there. Well, I'm not sure about the first one. It just says Chianti on there. Piccini. Piccini. Orange label Chianti. Does it say anything about what's in there apart from Sangiovese? No, it doesn't. It just says 2010, £7 at Sainsbury's. Actually, it says £6.99, but that's £7, isn't it? Now this smells like it's almost Sangiovese you can chill. There's a juicy, youthful, vibrant, bouncy plum, cherry freshness about it with a touch of almond in there as well. It feels like it's going to be not very the world's most complex wine, but quite a joyful glugger. Bit of spice, bit of herbs, lovely fruit, a bit of, yeah, slight tannic bite to it. Food wine, but yeah, bring me a very large pepperoni pizza and a very large glass, and the two, well, three, including me, will probably make beautiful music. Hey, but yeah, well, a good one is called Wednesday wine. We can't drink sexy wines all the time. We can try, but we get oversexed. Let's see whether we get oversexed on the first of the Cesaris. I've got four wines from Umberto Cesari in Emilia-Romagna, and the last two are pure Sangiovese. First two, Ben blends with Bordeaux grapes. So this one is the Yemula Sangiovese Merlot 2008. Well, there's a soft, smoky oak sheen here, and it feels like one of the problems I have with Sangiovese in Emilia-Romagna compared with Tuscany, which is the province below, is sometimes it's got the flavours, but the structure can be just a bit more forbidding. So I can fully understand the desire to blend in Merlot to soften it, and it comes across as, I mean, it smells like it's got freshness, it's got bounce, it's got liveliness and fruit, and maybe a touch of volatility, but nice smoky oak. Hey, let's give it a whirl. It's bizarre, there's something in there, it reminds me of Tia Maria. There's like this vanilla and, yeah, vanilla and a bit of volatility and coffee. It's okay. Can't say I'm jumping up and down about it. It doesn't feel what I call authentic. It's got a bit of power, it's got an okay fruit, it's got this, yeah, this vanilla oaky stuff going on, but I don't know how much of it I want to drink. At the moment, well, let's see how we get on with the rest of them before I reserve judgment. So the next one is Liano Sangiovese Cabernet, and I think this is, well, the bottle is taller, so probably a more ambitious wine. Strange thing is, there's a very similar character. I mean, I've got this phrase Tia Maria in my head now, but that mixture of vanilla, touch of coffee, and the liqueur, and that little bit of volatility. Yeah, you notice the structure more there. I mean, Sangiovese in this part of the world has the structure. Cabernet Sauvignon also has structure. Merlot maybe not quite as much of a backbone. So I noticed that. And yes, the flavours are a bit more fruity. There's still this quite plush, this vanilla character coming through, and so whereas you've got there's a few berries and a bit of cherry and blackcurrant in the background, it's more this immediate. Yeah, immediate plushness that I notice, and worries me slightly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these as they open up, because at the moment I notice I don't notice too much of the fruit. I don't notice too much of the actual character of the soil. I notice a lot of the winemaking. We shall see. Hey, let's try their Sangiovese di Romagna Reserva. Again, 2008, better pour that away before I do my own blend. Now there's more of the cherry character coming through here. Sangiovese is really finally getting its chance to sing solo, and for me it's all the better for it. I found that I don't know whether it was the winemaking in the Cabernet Sauvignon and the Merlot blends, but here you get a bit more of that authentic, slightly savoury Sangiovese character. Was my favourite of the three, and it's got this yeah, more of the authentic Sangiovese cherry, bit of that bitter almond character, the kernel coming through, Kernel, cherry kernels, that type of thing, and but still at the same time, I find that in all of these three, there is this footprint of the vanilla and that little bit of volatility. And I think it's probably a winemaking footprint. The other thing I noticed about the winemaking, I said at the start of doing these three that I sometimes found Sangiovese from this area to have the flavours, but maybe the structure was a bit on the green side. It feels like these that they've not gone for over extraction, but in the process of not extracting tannins, they've also not extracted flavours. So the flavours I'm generally left with in all three instances, they tend to be to do with winemaking rather than with grapes and soil. So yeah, reserving judgment. I'll keep an eye on them because they, as wines can surprise me and come out of their shells, and I may be completely wrong. But at the moment, I'm sort of going, Let's see how we get on with another producer here, who is Tenute Costa. Tenute Costa is almost like an umbrella banner under which a number of winery come. So we're in Morellino di Scansano DOCG here in Tuscany, and it's Terre di Fiori Ventaio. Now, which bit? So Terre di Fiori is the winery, and Ventaia, it is born of the Rosetto vineyard in Tenuta Ventaio. So which is the vineyard? Tenuta, I thought that was the estate, and Terre di Fiori, not very clear from the back label, but well, anyway, let's try the wine. 100% Sangiovese, but from a different region and a different winery, and it's a different beast entirely. Two things. First of all, the winemaking feels to be a little more grown up. There's none. If there are flavours there, if I can criticise it at all, it's almost the flavours to feel like they're going to be too plush, warm and friendly. There's a juiciness and softness about it. There's an allure, almost like a Burgundian feel. Weird thing about Sangiovese, well, I suppose it started in Chianti Classico. People there in the mid-80s for a few years started treating Sangiovese as if it was related to Cabernet Sauvignon and really going for over-extraction. What they're finding now is, as they get better and better at growing Sangiovese and knowing which particular clones of Sangiovese to plant, it's almost turning into a mini Pinot Noir, and you're talking more about fragrance. And here, there is this lovely, juicy, plush fragrance. Is it too juicy and plush for its own good? The other thing is, in terms of fruit flavours, you're getting much more pure fruit character coming through. It smells like it's going to be pretty tasty. And that's very sexy wine. It's just lovely, juicy. It's got this cherry and damson skin, and the stones as well. It's got the skinniness, it's got the stoniness, it feels like it's from a place. Then you add in things like raspberries, strawberries, and there's something almost floral about it as well. If there is vanilla there, it feels like it's fresh vanilla rather than vanilla as in someone over squeezing a barrel. And it feels like a complete wine. There is tannin there. Tannin's going to keep it in a good condition for a long time, but it doesn't feel like it's over the top tannin, and it also feels like the tannins have just been gently extracted. So it's not gonna. It doesn't feel like one of those that's going to fall apart. It tastes good young and falls apart with time, but pretty good wine. And some will criticise it for its juicy, friendly, international, plush nature, but it is tasty. Hey, back on Cesare now, and this is their top Sangiovese called Tauletto, and it's 2004 vintage. Now, I don't know if there's been a change of winemaker between 2004 and 2008, but it feels like the person who's made this didn't make the 2008s, because there is a more authentic. This speaks with a stronger Italian accent than the three 2008s. There is this earthiness, and there's more mineral, and there's juiciness, and there's a touch of volatility, which Italian wines often have. But it's lifting the flavours. It doesn't feel like someone's been afraid of doing extraction here. So there's more on that cherry skin, again the damson skin. It's not as polished a wine as the Morellino di Scansano, but it feels like it's going to be pretty satisfying. Let's give it a whirl. and that's much better for me than the previous ones. Strange, there is still some of that vanilla volatility, but what it does have, it feels like someone's done a little bit more work on the grapes and got more flavour out of them. Yes, in the process there's a bit more tannin there, and there's ever so slightly green edge, but it feels like that's been softened by either aging in both bottle and barrel. But you're getting these more chunky, earthy Sangiovese characters. So the cherry, that little bit of cola that you sometimes find, and the skinniness, the black currants and damsons and cherry skins, and that little bit of kernel. It's not as polished and it's not as fine a wine as the Morellina Descansana, but it's pretty satisfying and hearty roast boar type of wine. But yeah, go and kill me a boar in your vineyard, and we'll eat it tonight. We'll eat it tonight, and I know, maybe give the leg a chance to mature in the cellars for a few days, and then we'll eat it. But yeah, mixed bag from Cesare. I mean, I like that last one. The three others, but the Morellina was delicious, and the Puccini was a pretty nice start. See you soon.